You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters. Well, I wanted to talk about a different team other than the Fever, but Fever adjacent in the situation that's been presented to them. Except instead of it being next year, for example, and to a certain extent this year, okay? The New York Liberty have a very, very interesting situation on their hands now that we know what the new CBA looks like. They've got what they consider to have their own big three, right? Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, Jonquel Jones. I'm a big Jonquel Jones fan. But all three of these players are going to get, there's already word out there that Breanna Stewart is getting a Supermax deal. But you would assume that Sabrina and Jonquel will get a deal pretty close to a Supermax, at least Sabrina. Now, Jonquel, getting a little older, but you're going to think she's going to command a pretty high salary. And you see that CBA creates complicated path. I think what's happened here with this new salary cap, this new CBA, is it's pretty evident you can forget about having a big three. All right? I think this is going to be a big two league with a bunch of character actors, right? Bunch of supporting cast. If you want solid supporting players on your team, but the math just doesn't work out to having a big three for your WNBA roster now. And of course, that leads us back to the Fever that's facing the Kelsey Mitchell, Aliyah Boston, Caitlin Clark situation. And Caitlin's not even to the Supermax level yet. But the fact that, and I think the Fever just thought, well, and that kind of tells you where they were at on the CBA. They thought they were signing Kelsey Mitchell. I think they're not so sure now. All right? I think they're not so sure because I think the component they did not see coming and nobody saw coming was the WNBA throwing this epic clause in there that caused the two rookies, the rookie contracts, to escalate much higher than I think anybody thought they were going to go. Particularly the Aliyah Boston aspect, where she can make up to $1.1 million. So let's take a look at this. Despite the looming uncertainty regarding a new collective bargaining agreement, Liberty General Manager Jonathan Kolb said last September that he had the utmost confidence Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, and Jonquel Jones would return in 2026. Now, with a tentative CBA in place, the pathway to bring back the Liberty's big three may be complicated, but not impossible. Each member of the Liberty Star Trio is eligible for a $1.4 million Supermax contract. Given that the WNBA has a hard cap, though signing multiple players to Supermax deals is not feasible, heck, signing one Supermax contract will be tough for contending teams to swing. A challenge with the new collective bargaining agreement ratified Monday via a unanimous vote by 90% of the players' union members, but still pending the WNBA Board of Governors approval, is that the Supermax rose much more than the salary cap. That's interesting. There will undoubtedly be a middle-class squeeze, and teams wanting to sign multiple stars will have to get creative in how they distribute their millions. A way to also make this work is by signing the trio to extended deals, giving them long-term security, and multiple sources have indicated that top free agents are seeking multi-year deals. The salary cap is $7 million, up from $1.5 million last year. Meanwhile, the Supermax is a 20% cap hit. Man, that cap hit is rough. 20%. A significant jump from the previous CBA, where the Supermax accounted for roughly 16.5%. Also, teams are now required to carry 12 players. Yeah, but the two developmental spots, 11 and 12, will not impact the salary cap. Okay, so let's just be clear about that. Signing a supermax contract is a status symbol in the NBA. Will that be the case in the WNBA, or will being able to call yourself $1 million player be enough? Stewart signed last year for $208,000, which was roughly 13.8% of the team's salary cap. If she were to take the same cap hit in 2026, it would be roughly $967,951. She's not signing for that. She's not going to sign for that. In 2025, she signed for $40,000 less than the 2025 Supermax. In 2026, she would theoretically be surrendering $432,000. She's not doing that. Given Stewart's star power and effort in making the new CBA a reality, earning less than $1 million seems preposterous. Arguments can easily be made for Ionescu and Jones to earn $1 million salaries too. If all three made $1 million, they would take up 42.9% of the Liberty's salary cap in 2026. The starting five combined for 55 to 60% of the team's cap could be doable for New York, especially if Leonie Fibich is only 2 years into her rookie scale contract. I got to tell you, this is about to be an issue league-wide. It's about to be an issue league-wide. And the problem that I think makes the Fever's case kind of evens it out on how squirrely this is going to get. You've got Lexi and Sophie, right? And both players, I believe, are going to command more than I've seen people out there, well, Lexi's going to get the league average. No, she's not. She's not going to sign for the league average. She's going to get $700,000 or $800,000 from somebody, is my guess. Sophie, just strictly due to name recognition now. Now, one could argue being on the Fever, playing with Caitlin Clark had something to do with that, but nonetheless, you get another team out there, an expansion team. Ooh, we want to add some name recognition, somebody that's got a lot of branding and a lot of endorsements and irons in the fire. Sophie's perfect for a expansion team. So is Kelsey Mitchell. You want to immediately bring instant offense to a expansion squad? If you're the Chicago Sky, you've been missing instant offense ever since Kennedy Carter walked. Kelsey Mitchell's sitting right there without all the drama. Just pointing that out. But, man, this is going to be the main story for the Fever is how do you do this? Because your starting five, let me just do some quick math. Let me do some quick behind the scenes arithmetic here. 1.1, 1.4, 530, 0.530, 0.7, let's just say 0.7. 5 players takes up $4.43 million of your salary cap. Yikes. So, just think about that. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.